What's up, everyone? So I'm going to do a who's who and what's what. I was guided to use um, Doreen Virtue, the romance angels, okay? And for it, so this is going to be in regards to love, but I was also told to say it's not necessary. It's not all about romance. This is like love in general because we're being pushed to break our hearts open so that we can love, like being our true selves, right? Our true authentic selves, and share the love. Just fucking share the love, like moving to a place of unconditional love, right? That's what this journey is about. At least that's what my guides have shared with me, and that's what my own journey has continued to teach me, right? Just fucking cracking me open. And I'm even guided to this, like I just saw that there's a it's a Rumi saying, and it's like this guy like working on this like stoned, um and he's like banging. It's like you have to break your heart over and over again until it opens. Okay, that's life, baby, right there in a nutshell. Okay, so anyway, they told me to do this who's who and what's what using the um romance angels and this deck. Okay, so let's get to it. So the main energy, calling in your soulmate. Okay, so this is because we are moving to a phase in life where we are being positioned around people that get us, right? I feel like if we've a lot of us have been positioned around, you might have one or two people around you that really gets you, but for the most part, maybe you've grown up in a household where you're just like, you might look like your family, but you're like, how the fuck did I end up here? Like, this does not, like, they're just completely different. Like, you're alien, you're black sheep. Okay. Black sheep energy. Or um just like there's this sense of like unknowing or just not belonging wherever it was that you were positioned, and that was meant to happen because there were different challenges that you were meant to face so that you could open up. Okay, but we're moving towards a place as we continue to break our hearts open and really share our true authentic selves, right? And get more and more comfortable with doing that. It's going to, because as you do it, others watch you do it and they feel more inspired to do it, right? So to just be themselves, right? It's like fucking drop the mask, man. The masks are dropping, okay? So we're moving to this place, and it's like you may even be realizing or soon to realize that the people that you're around aren't so different after all, right? So because all right, and because technically we are all one. All right, now I know that there aren't, like, everybody's not going to understand that, but we have all been each other, are each other, we've all, anyway, we're all one. All right, so and so it's like when you hate on somebody else, you're basically hating on yourself, right? So it's like, anyway, it goes deep like that, guys. All right, so what's crossing this? Love yourself. Yeah, see, you're the only one that can do this. Okay, so you may be challenged to step away from comfortability is what I and because moving away from comfortability means putting in the work, right? Taking action in your life, taking the action needed for your life, right? Not depending on like, this is like stepping up, leveling up in life, like becoming more mature, right? um yeah, this could be in regards to your finances and or career, right? Like taking control. So this could have already happened. You could be like moving into these positions, all right, getting comfortable with these new uh positions in life. Okay, but as they're coming, it's like you're also being forced to face like yourself, right? To like, I'm hearing somebody feels like a fraud. Okay, that's very relatable. I mean, I can totally relate to that. But it's like, just because, you know, maybe not. This is why you got to keep your goals or wherever you're headed, your plans, like, to yourself, right? Like, some people there's this saying, it's what is it? People want to see you do better, but not better than them. Okay. So, all right, what's happening beneath the surface? Yeah, see, releasing the past. Some of you are releasing what has kept you in a cycle of choosing like the same person over and over again, but just with a different face, right? Okay. Who can relate to that? Who knows about that? Somebody here. Okay. So some of you are going through a divorce. Okay. And I'm hearing court proceedings. Okay. There's been a lot lost. Like someone is, you might have like gained a lot financially, but now you're losing it all. Okay. In whatever court proceedings. Okay. Stay optimistic. All right. So this is about like the whole Queen of Swords energy, right? Yeah. Speaking of the Queen of Swords, there she is. Okay, it's like look, like that's an icy broad, right? Okay, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're just a woman. This is and not just a woman. I did not mean to say that like that. Okay, it's about, you could be just in this feminine energy. Okay, this is about our receiving. Okay, feminine energy is about receiving, allowing yourself to receive love. Okay, and to stay open, right? So in order to stay open to receiving love of others, right, and to change like your own perspective on life, it's allowing your whatever hardships or heartbreaks have happened to be released and seen as a lesson, rather than like keeping yourself in this victim position. Okay. um yeah, so some of you just aren't open for talking right now. Okay, you're still kind of reviewing things. Okay, some people have been, listen, this is also, I want to talk about this. This has also been coming up. It's like this, listen, I don't like to, I just don't feel like we should say everything is a man's fault or everything is a woman's fault or everything is whatever, somebody else's fault, right? I just feel like we we all just need to accept our part. This is why one of my greatest words of advice I received was, Lisa, you better learn to mind your own business, because the sooner you learn to mind your own damn business, the sooner your life will start changing for the better. Listen, nobody deserves to point fingers. There's a lot of people in positions using their positions like to manipulate and connive and like thinking that they have some sort of power. Okay, and this is all being brought down. Okay, I'm telling you, this is all being brought down. And whether it's being known to the outside world, God is revealing it to you, like to each person individually, like how they might be doing this in their own life, right? And this is this dominance, declaring some sort of dominance over others. And no, that's not where, that's not the life we're headed towards. Okay, that's not the life being created. Like we're all the same, like literally. Okay, like we are all one. And so yeah, I'm just hearing lead with love. Okay, so the recent past, engagement. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So something has recently happened where you've gotten this awareness to where it was some sort of breakthrough. Okay, whether that was like a breakthrough within a connection where you guys had learned to communicate better, or there was like some sort of breakthrough that brought about an awareness that is bringing about change within first. Okay, but it definitely brought about a change within the connection, whether that was like it breaking it up. Okay, or just mindset shifts. Okay, you may not be communicating right now with your person. Okay, but or people in general, right? Like this is strictly not just for romance. Okay, all right, what's coming towards the collective? It's safe to love. Exactly. Because as you learn to love yourself first and you put yourself first in your situations, because that's what else these challenges. Okay, you may have been put in many different scenarios where people have tried to dominate you, right? Or because like you are so soft-hearted or kind-hearted, people take advantage of you. Okay, this is all happening not to make you a victim. This was happening for you to build your strength in order to endure, right? You can't run a Fortune 500 company and be a pushover. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're being built up, right? So you've been built up. And I feel like, yeah, they just showed me like this domino, like, you know, like when you click the dominoes and they all go, like it's like a domino effect of, it's like there's this time right now as you're healing and resting, it's like you're going to see how it all connects, interlaces is what I'm hearing. Okay. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. All right. Give me one card for the collective. Yeah. Make the effort in your life. And I feel like this is also about giving and receiving. You're going to be surrounded by, you're moving towards energies where it's not all give and nobody's, it's not all give and no take. It's like an equal balance, you know, there's conversations coming, like things are being worked out. Okay. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So this is why meditation is very important right now, connecting and talking to God, right? Keeping your plans close, right? So, single-handed, you might like be doing things single-handedly, like, you know, you may not have anyone around you. And I'm telling you, this is not because you're a horrible person. This is because, yeah, I just heard thinking of a master plan. So you might even be like infiltrated with a new idea. Okay. Something's coming in, guys. Okay. And it's like, you can't have, um, yeah, like I feel like there's just like a fortress. They're saying there's a fortress around you, okay? A protection. So I don't know if maybe you've been hearing a lot of sirens, okay? Sirens are Archangel Michael for protection, okay? So just know that you are divinely protected as you're moving forward. Okay. Who's coming towards, or how are you being seen? Yeah, see? This is like moving toward, it says there's a strong magnetic attraction. You're pulling in your soulmates, okay? In love, like just with in every situation. We're moving to this place in life where everything's working out, right? Everything's working out. Like, and even if it seems difficult, you're going to be provided with a solution. Okay. Who's coming towards the collective, or how's the collective being seen? Oh wait, see, I told you, heart to heart conversations. All right, I that's what I did for chemistry, but I do feel like you're having, there's people that want to talk to you and people that you want to talk to. Okay, this is like coming clean. It's like you're just like sharing facts, back and forth, sharing facts. All right, this isn't emotions, because whatever's been going down over the last like year or so, or even like back all the way to the last 10 years, because I just saw 10 and then 01. So it's like, maybe starting with, from something could have happened in 2010 and also in 2001, but also it's like 10 and 1, so something ended for new beginnings, right? So it's like all these things that got shut down, they're lessons, right? And so it's like teaching you, you've been going through these lessons, these things have been happening in order to help you regulate your emotions, right? So that we're not just like popping off and freaking, you know, causing scenes and all that kind of stuff, right? So, and in like whatever mishaps that have happened over these last few years or so, it's all happened so that you could get the higher perspective of what's really going around with the people around you. Okay. So yeah, this is deep, guys. All right. So hopes and fears. Yeah, religious factors. Okay, so I feel like some of you have really begun to broaden your perspectives in regards to religion. Like, I don't really follow a religion. I was raised Catholic, but like, I have my own system. I don't feel like God works like that. Like God doesn't care if I go to church. God doesn't care if I do go to church, if I'm all dressed up and looking pretty. Like he doesn't care, right? What God cares about is that I make a conscious effort to connect with him, okay? And that's what I do. So it says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I know that I read for people that resonate with the term twin flame, right? The twin flame journey, uh, it sparks massive motherfucking change in your life. And it's not comfortable, okay? And yeah, and what the purpose, you know, for me, it's change. I know that what I believe is that it's bringing us back to this higher form of love, right? So, you know, since the beginning of time, you know, marriage has changed and even started off like people there's people that are what arranged marriages, okay? Um just all this stuff. You know where I'm going, okay? So it's like catapulting. There have been like these towers, like they're showing me the tower card. Like there's been tower moments in everybody's lives that have kind of like jolted your reality, your sense of reality, your sense of security. So it could have rocked your foundation a little bit. So you might like be feeling a little unsteady, but it's like this is happening because we're breaking free of the constraints. Well, there's the option. The door is open, okay, for change, for new, to live free, okay? Now, this takes effort. This takes stepping out of your comfort zone. Every time you feel like I can't and you do it anyway, like that's what it takes, right? Anytime you're in fear or a state of resistance and you just freaking do it anyway, right? Despite what people say, despite what's happening around, despite like the view, right? Um it's faith. It's about faith. Okay, the outcome, past life. Yeah, I had these upside down. Past life connection. Okay, so I'm getting like there's this thing here with a huge change in your career and finances. Okay, this is about your mindset sense on money. This is also like big shifts. Okay, karmic shifts in regards to um, your realities. Okay, what's back here? This one wants, yeah, and new love. This is bringing in. It's like yeah, and it says let your friends help you. Okay, this card for me is like angelic help. Okay, this is you talking to your spirit guides. Okay, this is also connecting. You will be meeting, or those people that are in your life currently, your connection is going to start growing closer. Like maybe where you felt a distance or wanting to be distanced, you're going to things have been happening or have happened already that have made you aware that like the only reason you've been hesitant or resisting is your own fear of connections from the past, right? So no, all this shit is being blown up to be let go. Okay, don't try to catch the shards. I don't know. Okay, so it says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay, some of you are meeting just new people in general. Okay, so and they just told me to get 3 of these. All right, give me, what else do we need to know? Actually, I'm hearing 5. Yeah, alone time. I'm taking the time to be alone and balance my emotions. Exactly, because shit's been blowing up in everybody's lives, okay? Whether it's big or small, it's still having a massive effect on people. Last night in my dream state, a lot of shit was going down. I saw a lot of divine masculine like coming to me because I do energetic work in my dream state, like help for healing. Okay, so because a lot of this is this whole icy Queen of Swords energy, right? This bitter, or better, not bitter, right? Because a lot of people, when they're in their masculinity, it's like their pride gets in their way, right? So it's like they can't, or they don't want, they're unwilling to even show that they need help, right? So, uh, yeah, drowning in emotions, right? So it's like, but this person has like frozen them. Somebody is like, but anyway, so yeah, because the masculine energy in everybody, even though it doesn't matter like that, I only saw like the masculine, like actual masculine men in my dreams last night, like just coming to talk to me. They were just coming to talk to me. That was it. I was just talking to all of them, and so this is the masculine energy, right? Because we all have divine feminine, divine masculine within us, right? So part of this journey is to balance that. But what does that mean? It's like all this different healing, okay? It's like getting your mind right, okay? It's opening up for love, you know, it's changing your belief system, okay? Things like that, all right? But everyone, just like what we were talking about here, it's like this learning how to receive, right? To tap more into that feminine energy. This does not mean that if you are a man, okay, like I'm saying, like you're going to, like start acting feminine. No, this is about like your masculine side is about dominance. Okay, your masculine side uh, can step up and lead, right? It's the one that takes action in your, like if you're a business person, whether you're a male or a female, your divine feminine allows you to receive help, to ask questions, to receive the abundance, be open to the belief that like good things happen, right? That good things are happening for you, and it's okay to love. Like you don't have to always be strong. You're allowed to cry. I'm like getting so hot because like sometimes that happens when like spirit is around, and because this is very important, you guys. Like this is one of the biggest things, because this controlling and dominance and like powerful, like macho bullshit, like it doesn't just happen in men. There are women that act this way too, and I know that I have acted this way in my life, and it's taken a lot, to overcome. This is why I share my experience, because I don't I'm hoping that in hearing my story, it doesn't take you as long as it's taken me. Oh, okay, I don't know who's crying, but I feel like even just sharing that with you guys was like a breakthrough for me, okay? Because this dominating feminine, like you can see it, like this is why I say there's no pointing the fingers. This isn't the man's problem, this isn't the woman's problem. This is an everybody fucking problem. Like, and how we heal the world is by starting with healing ourselves. Okay? It's not using your sexuality as manipulation. Okay, it's not using money and finances as like a means of control. Okay, um, and it's also allowing for like exchange of it's an equal partnership. None of us, nobody on this whole fucking planet, I don't care who knows what, how much money you have, nobody, not one fucking person on this planet, I don't care if people are living in the gutter, nobody is better than anybody else. Nobody is more entitled to anything than anybody else. Okay? Nobody, yeah, you get what you get and you don't get upset. That's what I just heard. Okay? It's like, what are you willing to work for? Okay, what are you allowing yourself to face? It's like, what are you willing to do, right? What sacrifices are you willing to make? Because it's like, that's part of like working with the universe. It's like, what are you going to give in order to like get this, right? It's like the universe, like God doesn't just give you things. Like God, he doesn't help people that can help themselves, right? That's why we all have God inside of us, because he made us this way. He made us this way so that we can create our own realities. All right. Whatever you want, you can have. But first, you have to get your mind right so that you believe that you can do that. Right. So, you know, for some people, that's a longer journey, or it has been. I know it's been a long journey for me, because I've come out of extreme chaos. Right. I have. And to get to the other side and to be where I am today, even if like my outside world doesn't match like what you think is a success, for me, like of course I want more for my life. Like yes, I dream of I want to live by the beach. Like that is one, like that's something that I want. I want to be by the beach. I want to be able to go to the beach every single fucking day, right? So I'm getting there, right? But that's not something that can happen like I got to put some shit together first. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to do some things. So these things don't just happen overnight. There's a lot of times I hear things on, YouTube or whatever, and it seems like, oh, all you got to do is this. Okay, well, yes, but it also takes action. Like shit doesn't just like happen, but maybe you get put into different positions where that reality becomes more of a option. You know what I'm saying? And the other beautiful thing is that you can change your mind at any time. If like life starts happening in a way and you're like, oh, whoa, this is not it. Okay. You can switch it, right? And I love that awareness, right? And that comes from just my gratitude for just, because I know that where I started, at least in my sobriety, like when I had my first spiritual awakening within sobriety, right? The awareness of who I was, God gave me this fast forward movie of my life, and I saw all these things that I was like, I didn't realize that that was bad, but when he showed it to me, because I was playing the victim and I was crying and everything, I was like, how could you do this to me? Okay. And when he didn't do anything, um, I made a choice to do something. And so then there was a consequence, right? So nobody owes us anything. That's it. And as frustrating and as maddening as that can be, sometimes God puts people in our lives that can help us and carry us through, or offer us a temporary assistance and things like that. But ultimately, it's us. It's like our own action. It's our own words. It's our own efforts, right? What are we willing to do, right? So I want to be better. I don't want to be bitter. I haven't done all this work or come all this way just to come all this way and be miserable and sad. Does that mean that I'm happy every single day? No. I'm grateful even when I'm pissed off, even when I'm sad. Like I know that I can feel today, because when I was like drinking and drugging, like I didn't feel shit, right? I was numbing. I was running. Today I'm willing to face myself and see those ugly truths about myself and recognize, like I had some good relationships that my own, stubbornness and just messed up, and I have to accept that, right? And so what do you want? What are you willing to work for? What's worth it to you? Yeah, I just saw the hermit card. So it's like taking this moment to, maybe some of you are having a hard time accepting your responsibility in different positions in your life, or different whatever phases or whatever's happened. And I get it, man. No, who likes to look at themselves? Like nobody. The only reason I do that is because I know what life is like hiding from who I am. And life hiding from who I am, even the ugly parts of who I am, for me means to like just like suffer. And as much as it hurts taking responsibility or like setting boundaries or walking away or doing things like for myself rather than um, having other people do them for me or not doing them at all, like that puts me in a place of like captivity, you know? And as long as I'm taking action and doing the work, like I say, I fucking say what happens in my life, you know? And, I can, I don't feel like if I lose a job, I'm never going to get another job. I know I'll get another job. I do this because I love it. I love helping. I love sharing my story because um, I'm so grateful. I'm not trapped anymore. Completely. Like I've climbed out of this hole, and when you get out of the hole, or when you like learn how to climb out of it, what we're supposed to do, or at least like what I do, is I've like turned around so I can like show other people how you get out. I can't force somebody to want to get out of the hole. You know what I'm saying? If you like it there, stay there. I didn't. So I don't know. Go for better. Don't stay bitter, babe. I love you. If anyone's interested in a personal reading, all my information is in the description box. Bye.